welcome back to Veggie Club. These are some pretty different times and everyone's a bit stressed trying to figure out how they can manage everything at once. So we thought sharing some 5 simple lunch mainstays that are plant-based and easy to prepare for busy families and individuals would be a great idea this month. The first is just a simple quesadilla. So we're starting here with just some leftover sweet potato tortillas that we had from our supper last evening. And we have some lentils. We make these lentils in our Instant Pot, and we actually make a triple batch and freeze them so that they're ready to go whenever we want to have a quick meal. So we're just going to layer them with some veggies here. You see I'm putting zucchini in. This is my sneaky mom secret. Zucchini is such an easy vegetable to sneak into anything. I've actually put it in the lentils and on this tortilla here. You can use store-bought tortillas. They actually work a lot easier because they roll up nicely. And you don't even have to do quesadillas. You could do peanut butter and banana. You could do anything that you like. I'm just going to toss these in the oven to melt the cheese and then throw them into the lunch. Next, another favorite is veggie patties with dip. So here, this is basically leftovers from our supper last night. This is a cashew gravy with some chickpea patties. I can include a link to the recipe for both in the description below. And really, if you prepare a triple batch of your patties, keep them in the freezer. Whenever you want to make a lunch, you can grab patties and you can throw in whatever dip you like. Add a little bit of fruit and you have a complete meal ready to go in minutes. Another favorite in our house is tofu. We love tofu because it is so easy to prepare. It is ready to go. It's a complete protein and the kids love it. Really, my kids would just eat plain tofu. Just cut the slab, give them a piece of tofu, and they'd love it. But we're going to make up a little marinated tofu here so that it's ready to go. We're just throwing in some of our favorite seasonings. We've got paprika, garlic, and onion powder. We're throwing in liquid smoke because we used to be able to get smoked tofu at the grocery store, but ever since COVID started, we haven't been able to find it. So we're trying to make our own here. And we can include the recipe that we base this off of below as well. So we're just going to mix up these spices and then we're slicing the tofu and then we're going to shake it up and put it in the fridge and then we can fry it up either the morning of we want this to go into a lunch or for another meal. One of the best things about tofu is that you can cook it before, or you can freeze it before it's cooked. You can freeze it after it's cooked. And no matter what, it is ready to go. As you can see, my kids are very active helpers in preparing food. I find that when they're involved, they tend to take a lot more ownership and be more willing to try things. We hadn't tried this recipe before, and because they had helped to prepare it, they were willing to try it the next day. So like I said, we're just going to toss this in here, shake it up, leave it in the fridge, and cook it up when we are ready to eat it. We don't necessarily need to eat it. You could just toss it in your lunch with some roasted veggies, put it on a sandwich, make yourself a little tofu burrito. The possibilities with tofu are endless. It is a wonderful base to a lunch that's nice and healthy. Next, we have another high fiber, high protein snack here. The reason why we love this so much, these roasted chickpeas, is because they keep your stomach nice and full for such a long time. Chickpeas are high in iron and folate, so they are really good for brain development if you're sending kids to school. So what we did is we rinsed the chickpeas and we threw them into the oven. After putting them on parchment paper, we baked them about 350 for about 20 minutes. If you like them really crispy, I would go probably about 30 to 40. Then we mixed up our favorite spices in a bowl. Usually I measure the oil. Today I didn't because you really only need a teaspoon and you'll see these end up being a little bit greasier than what I normally like. My kids like them a little bit softer, so we only cook them for 20 minutes and we're going to stir them up with that oil and the spices. And then we are going to throw them back into the oven for another 5 to 10 minutes, just until they get nice and crispy. So here you can see they're helping and they're involved again. So we're going to spread them out. And then we are going to add a little bit of salt on top, just because it makes things nice and tasty. The benefit of these chickpeas is you can have them for a snack, you can take them on the road, you can toss them in a salad, or you can just have them as the main part of your lunch. Include some fruits, veggies, crackers, whatever you like. And last but not least, how could we make a lunch staple without talking about hummus? We love hummus. It is easy to prepare, and yes, my friends, you can freeze hummus. You can put it in individual portions, put it in the freezer, and all you have to do to make lunch is slice your veggies, get your crackers or your sandwich or your rice cakes, take that hummus out of the freezer, thaw it in the fridge, and toss everything into your lunch bag the next day. You can experiment with different flavors. Try avocado hummus. We did that a few months ago for one of our cooking demonstrations. Roasted beet hummus, olive hummus, roasted pepper, sweet potato. Really, the possibilities are endless. I would say, though, just as a word of caution, you want to include in lunches things and recipes that your family is familiar with, because you want to make sure that it's something that they're going to eat. If they're helping and they're involved and it's a recipe they love, you can trust that they will eat the food that you're sending with them the next day. Just some other tips. I find that meal planning is a really great way to save time and to save money, for lunches included. And also, there's nothing wrong with sending leftovers. So if you have plan your supper the night before with the idea that it will be something that your family will be willing to eat for lunch the next day. And just like I said, have everyone involved and just create that family mealtime as part of the preparation. When we're sending our kids off to school or activities, we don't always get to spend that time with them, but preparing the food can also be one of those family bonding experiences. I'd love to hear what some of your ideas are for making simple lunches. If you've tried different types of hummus or what you love to send, what are your family favorites? Like I said, I'm going to include some of our family favorites for some of these things in the description below. And we look forward to hearing from you and hopefully seeing you in person again soon. Thanks so much for sticking with us through these months, and take care. Bye-bye.